Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Thursday evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar at 38 minutes past 9 on the 7th of December 2023. I'm Ted, your most gracious host, and welcome to the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at a drink I've been putting off for a while, not because I don't want to drink it. I'm sure it's going to be pretty good, but because, well, to be honest with you, I've just kind of forgotten that I had it, and I forgot that I was meant to review it. So today we're going to be taking a look at Glenfiddich 15-year aged single malt whiskey. This is kind of referred to as their Solera 15 because I think this is part of their flagship collection of drinks, so this could be pretty good, although generally speaking my experience with 15-year aged single malts hasn't been the most consistent. 15-year aged whiskies, I don't know, they can be good, don't get me wrong, they can be very good, but I don't know, my experience with them has been a little bit inconsistent, so hopefully this will be pretty good, because Glenfiddich are actually pretty decent. I mean, you know, they are Scottish after all, so they're going to be pretty good regardless. I'm just looking on the Glenfiddich website here, and it says it's warm spice with honey-rich fruit, and it's part of the flagship collection. Exemplifying our family's tradition of innovation, our 15-year-old expression is created using a technique pioneered by our malt master, and its warm, spicy flavours are transformed with the alchemy of the Solera vat. Ooh, how romantic. And it says down below here, never emptied and kept half full of whiskey since 1998, our Solera vat is the culmination of curious minds and the pioneering spirit of our family. You see, it has a colour of golden with a red hue, nose of an intriguingly complex aroma with sweet heather, honey and vanilla fudge, ooh, combined with rich dark fruits. And then it's got a taste of silky smooth, revealing layers of sherry oak. Nice. That's always a solid bet for me with the scotch. Marzipan, cinnamon and ginger. Interesting. Full-bodied and bursting with flavour. And it's got a finish of satisfyingly rich with lingering sweetness. So this could be potentially a bit more of a sweeter sort of, I'm getting the impression almost almondy, gingery sort of kind of whiskey, which could actually be a really good flavour combination. So I'm interested to see what this is like. Almost drops it there. So, first of all, I will say that out of the bottles of Glenfiddich I've seen before, this probably has my favourite design, like the almost imperial mauve kind of look to it with like the golden outline there and then the white background with the black writing. Beautiful, simple, classy, very classic, little bit of a modern twist on it. Perfect, 10 out of 10 bottle. I actually really like this. I genuinely didn't think I'd be so impressed by the bottle of like a big mainstream whiskey like this, but honestly, I think this is really handsome. It's clean, simple, know what you're getting in for. Highland Scotch, simple, lovely. But yeah, honestly, good 10 out of 10 for the design of the bottle there. I really like the look of this thing. So let's have a quick sniff to see what our first impressions are like. What did they say the nose was like? Complex aroma, sweet heather, honey and vanilla fudge. I can definitely smell the vanilla fudge in there. There's a bit of a dark fruit sense in the finish of the smell there. Getting a little bit of the honey, but not quite as much as I expect. It's kind of more so in the background there to kind of offset the harshness of some of the other smells there, but it's very welcome though. Yeah, decent nose. I feel it is a bit imbalanced in terms of the vanilla fudge smell, but generally it's pretty good. Good solid 8 out of 10. It does actually smell really nice. Anyway, let's pour it into the glass and give it a bit more of a proper smell here. Ooh. To be honest with you, it's weird actually, because in the glass, while it does have more room to breathe, the flavour of the smell is more overpowered by the vanilla and the heather, so it's arguably more unbalanced in terms of the nose in the glass, but I kind of prefer it in the glass in terms of its nose, because it's got a bit more room to breathe, so a bit more room to obviously express itself. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about it, even though it's more unbalanced in the glass in terms of its nose. I just like the smell more. It doesn't linger for too long, but it's pungent and strong enough to leave an impression of some kind. And the smells that are there are really nice. You've got this almost sweet almondy, vanilla-esque finish, which is preceded by heather and a bit of fruitiness. So yeah, really good. Nice nose. Yeah. Good, decent 8.25 out of 10 in the glass. But anyway, we won't know what this sucker tastes like until we've had our palate cleanser. So, cha-ching. Alright. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. To everyone at home, Have a good weekend ahead, and bottoms up. Not really getting much of the ginger that they kind of described on their website. While it is silky and smooth, it's not quite as smooth as they said on the website, but although the smoothness is still very much there and it's very much welcome, absolutely. There is this sort of like underlying sense of sherry oak coating all of the flavour, and thankfully it's not too overpowering in any sense of the word. It's actually kind of complementing everything by kind of keeping a sort of tight lid around all of the other flavours and preventing them from becoming too overpowering. So I kind of really welcome that. Like some whiskies I feel can kind of lean in too much on the fact that they're stored in sherry oak casks, but this one I feel like they've done it just right, so that's actually very welcome. And then yeah, the main flavour is pretty much primarily the marzipan and cinnamon flavour, which is overpowering the other flavours a little bit. Similar to the nose, there's obviously like specific flavours that kind of overpower the others, although it's not too much to the detriment of the flavour overall, because generally speaking, this is actually still a really pleasant drinking experience, and it does actually go down really easily. It's not the smoothest scotch in the world. I would even argue that the 12-year aged single malt from Glenfiddich is probably a little bit smoother, just a little bit, only a little bit though. Yeah, I'm struggling where to put this because there are things that I can distinctly tell are wrong with this drink in terms of like the balance of the flavour, the fact that the aftertaste could do with a little bit more character, and obviously, like I said, the nose was a little bit imbalanced. But the thing is, none of those aspects are particularly damaging to the enjoyment I'm having of this drink, and the fact that, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, while the flavour could do with a little bit of balancing, the smoothness of the texture and the general drinking experience I'm having drinking it is actually really pleasant. So I've not got, while there is some stuff to criticise, it's not too damaging, really, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, honestly, this is really good all round. Like, there's a few things to criticise, but it's nothing too serious. I think I'm going to go for a... Ooh, it's a tricky one. It is really tricky. I'm going to go for a 7.5 out of 10. It's not bad. There's just things that I would improve about it, but that in mind, honestly, it could be worse. It could be a hell of a lot worse. I'd say probably, liberally speaking, it's probably between a 7 to a 7.5, but I'm feeling a bit generous because I do have a bit of a soft spot for Glenfiddich, so I'll probably give it to like a 7.4, 7.5, somewhere around that. I think it's definitely well above average. It is actually a really nice whiskey, and it's very, very smooth. But again, I just think it's a matter of fact that I just tend to prefer whiskies that are 12 or 18-year aged in, you know, either standard oak casks or... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just a matter of personal taste, really. I'm not the biggest fan of 15-year aged single malts, but then again, you know, I've definitely had worse ones than this. So, yeah, this is honestly actually really nice. I'll give it a solid 7.4, 7.5 out of 10. So, yeah, once again, to the Glenfiddich, really good stuff. Well done. But anyway, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. If you want to check out any of my social medias online, I'll leave the video links and all that bits and bobs to all that in the video description below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.